Hello and welcome to Andy and Katie's Allotment. I'm Andy and welcome to our YouTube channel. What I'm going to do today is give you a quick tour of the allotment for September, show you what I've been doing. I've been doing some additions and some new plantings and so on, so let's go and have a walk. Now I'm hoping that as I take you around we're not going to get caught in that. Looks to be a thunderstorm brewing, but hopefully it's going to just blow over as opposed to across. So let's take it from there. So as usual, start off with the compost. You can see this is bay 2 that I'm now, I would say 3/4, maybe a bit more, the way to fill in. So this is going to be obviously the next lot of compost. As I spin round, those of you who are regulars on the channel will see that was full of new compost, and very shortly I'll show you what I've done. It was probably on the borderline to whether it was actually rotted enough to, or composted enough to use, but I've done it. It's going to be over winter. I'm not really going to be planting a lot in it, so it's just going to be laid on the ground. So hopefully that'll carry on the composting process over winter. And here you can see where I've used it. You can see I've just watered this bed because I've put some cabbages into the left and some purple curly kale to the right. I've not grown that before, but I saw it in the garden centre, so I got a pack of that. But you can see that there's a lot of woody stuff in the in that compost, and that's all my own compost. Didn't go anywhere near as far as what I thought it would do. That whole bay only did there and half of there. So you obviously, when you're first making a bed, need to get quite a good thickness on, maybe, 6, 7, 8 centimetres, something like that, which is what I've aimed to do. So as I say, that bed was mulched over because this bed was already in use. So it was mulched over and replanted all in one day, which is one of the main advantages of, or one of the many advantages of no dig. So what I'm planning to do is to make the paths as narrow as possible this year, just enough to be able to get a lawnmower down. So what I've done, really to keep the weeds down, is I've widened this bed. This was just a long thin bed where I grew my beans last year, or tried to grow some beans. That has been doubled in width. I've got some cardboard, as you can see, there that I put underneath, and then the compost over the top. I've left like a border at the back so that I can, so it'll kill the grass off. As you can see, that got like that wild edge, and it's plenty near enough really to the edge of the bed, so I decided to make it slightly narrower, keep that cardboard there, and just basically make a bit of a border for me to walk down. Got one cabbage that survived, so I've left that in. Just it's a Savoy cabbage, so that's been left in there. What we've got here is, that's some chard. That's a later planting of chard that I made a couple of months ago, something like that. Along with, we've got some kohlrabi there. It's starting to bulb up. You can see in the middle. So just going to leave that. And then we've got chicory that is starting to form the tight leafy balls in the middle that are radicchio. So that will just be one, you know, I'm not going to eat anything but apart from the heart in the middle there, but it's just going to get harder and harder and harder over the next couple of months probably. Here I've got a squash plant. I'm thinking that's a curry. I've had a couple of curries off that first bed that I'd planted up, so it's looking the same as them, so I'm assuming that that's what it was, because I lost the labels. Some more chard at the back, and there's a little coleus plant that I planted out of the greenhouse, because again, as those of you who watch me regularly will know, storm lillian decided that I didn't need a greenhouse anymore and blew it down, so that's not to worry about. This is where sweet corn was. Yet another, I was going to use the word disaster, but that's too strong a word, but something that went wrong. All of the plants got absolutely squashed, and it wasn't the wind, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't the wind. I'm sure it was an animal, because afterwards they'd been eaten. So consensus of opinion on the allotment is that it's badgers, because they're big enough obviously to flatten the plant in the first place, and they are notorious for liking sweet corn. So I reckon that that's what's happened there. I planted some seeds on this side here, moving across, but I can't remember what they are, so that's just going to have to be a wait and see. I'm going away for a week, so I'm loath to take that courgette. There's a big courgette that you can see in there, and that'll be the size of a marrow in a week's time when I get back, but that's fine. We'll go with that. This is where the chard was that I already had, along with all the beetroot, so that's all gone, all been cleared, and yeah, ready for lunch in December time. So moving round, here the wind's getting up. I think that storm's just about to hit. Yellow courgette, and around here we've got outside tomatoes. So some nice beef tomatoes there, look. They're growing along quite nicely. I might have to take them off the plant in another few weeks' time if they're not ripened. And then these are Roma. As you can see, the large cherry tomatoes. And they're just starting to, I don't know whether you can see, but they're just starting to colour up. So maybe when I get back there'll be some ripe ones. Today's job, apart from the making of that bed that I've just been showing you, was here. I planted some broad beans. So again, this was French beans, the little dwarf ones. So they've come out this morning onto the compost, and there we go, a new set of plantings for over the winter. Here we've got some very much, I was going to say moth eaten, but it's not moths that's eating it, it's caterpillars. That's some kale, some these are purple sprouting broccoli, Actually, I think these will be okay because they'll do most of their growing. They'll stay this size over winter and then do their thing in the spring when it starts to warm up. And hopefully I'll get some good harvest of purple sprouting broccoli. Again, those of you that have seen this channel before and watch what I do, saw that this absolutely got massacred with cabbage white butterflies. Now, I've tried my best to get rid of them and to persevere with them, and I think, well, I don't think, I know that they're starting to grow. So you can see that's the top of the sprout, so that's like the bit, the growing point, if you like, and then at the side there, these are the sprouts already starting to form. So if I move to that one, you can see the tiny little ones on that one, but I'm just going to leave them, and they're going to be ready for Christmas time. Should get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good stalks of Brussels. Just keeping an eye on this weather because it's just turning blacker by the second. Then we've got some of the German, again I can't remember the name, but it's a German cabbage that they use a lot for sauerkraut, and I think this has grown really quickly, really. So it's survived the slugs. So again, that's something that won't overwinter, but it'll be ready sort of later on towards the end of autumn. Because we are talking about, we're the 12th of September today, so you know, just at the start of autumn. If we go around there, just show you them. There's some radishes I put in, and they've just started to come through in the last week. I'd forgotten all about them, to be fair, and then when I was tidying up today, I saw the row starting to come. They're going to need, certainly the ones on the right there, are going to need thinning out because it's they're too thick. But I'll just show you this. I think that's a cosmos flower, and it's I did plant something down there, some like bedding plants type things, and that one just seems to have decided that it's going to shoot up, and as you can see, it's got some buds on it. So watch this space. Okay, last bit I want to show you is cauliflowers. So again, these have got quite badly attacked by cabbage whites, but that season seems to have gone, because just over the last week or 2 weeks the weather's cooled down a bit, and they seem to have disappeared. So probably going to regret saying that, but they do seem to have disappeared. So hopefully, if they haven't eaten the growing points, you probably hear the rain starting to come down now. So I'm going to come to the end of the video now. Just going to thank you once again for watching. I'm going on a cruise, 7 days on the Norwegian fjord, so looking forward to that. Going down to Southampton tomorrow, joining the boat on Saturday. So just going to leave the allotment to do its own thing. What I would ask is that if you are enjoying what I'm doing, then please press that subscribe button. It really does help. You know, the more people I can get subscribed, the more it feeds into the system and gets more people to look. So please press that subscribe button. It really does help. But until then, I'm going to have a great holiday and happy gardening.